Hey up guys! So today's movie up for discussion is the new Netflix film The Old Guard, which is directed by Gina Prince-Bythewood and is an adaptation of the graphic novel series by Greg Rucka and Leandro Fernandez. I hope I said all those names right. That's right, Netflix are dipping their toes in the graphic novel adaptation genre. And from first watch of The Old Guard, it looks like they're intending to set it up as a franchise. Straight up admission, I haven't read any of the graphic novel books. I didn't know anything about this film going into it, other than Charlize Theron was in it, which is why I wanted to watch it. So I went into this with a blank slate, and I ended up having a pretty good time with it. It's a solid action movie with an interesting premise. It has some faults, but mostly I was entertained. The plot is about a team of covert mercenaries led by Andy, played by Charlize Theron, who all possess the power of regeneration or rapid healing. Essentially, they're immortals. They live for centuries, they fight the good fight until the day that their healing powers just stop working. It's a little bit like Logan, except this is about a team of people who all have the same gift of regeneration. After their secret is exposed, they have to track down and stop a pharmaceutical entrepreneur who wants to harness their power for mass production. So, what did I like about The Old Guard? Well, first of all, the performances all around are pretty good. Charlize Theron is as reliable as ever. She's certainly tapping into some of that Furiosa primal rage from Mad Max to play Andy. Theron successfully conveys the weight of someone who has lived several lifetimes. I mean, she looks good for 500 plus years, but she looks worn out like an old car that's about to cross the 100,000 miles on the pedometer. You can also tell that Charlize Theron trained intensely to become sufficient in all the weapons combat. You name it, she's mastered it. Guns, swords, hand-to-hand. My personal favourite has to be the axe, though. You gotta love a woman with a battle axe. Kiki Lane is good as the newest addition to the group, Nile, like the River Nile, not Nile Horan. She's a young Marine whose powers only just recently been activated. She's essentially a stand-in for the audience. She asks all the questions that we're asking because all this stuff is new to her, so as she learns, the audience learns. Matthias, Schoenarts, Kenzari, and Luca Marinelli make up the rest of the squad, and they all have a great dynamic. But where the film loses points for characterization is with the antagonists. Chewitel Ejiofor in this as a character called Copley. He's wasted for the majority of the film. Everything that his character does in this film merely feels like an introduction. And then there's Harry Melling, aka Dudley from the Harry Potter films, and he plays the maniacal pharmaceutical boss, Steven Merrick. He wants to unlock the genetic code in the immortals so he can manufacture a new drug and make money. The thing is, Melling turns in a good performance, it's just his character is so poorly written. There was potential to make him a compelling villain. Scriptwriter Greg Rucka could have made him a torn man, performing these unethical experiments on these people, but for the advancement of science and mankind. He could have been conflicted over his actions. He could have been a more complex and interesting villain if his motives were pure. However, that's just not the case. He's only in it for money, power, and he's a sadist. He's just a generic evil guy. So yeah, that was definitely a missed opportunity. So what else did I like about this film? Well, the action scenes are a lot of fun. There's a real variety of the weapons used, and it is nice to see the actual actors doing a lot of their own combat. Gina Prince-Bythewood does do a good job of shooting the action scenes. It's gritty, but it's not rapidly edited or choppy. It's like a controlled adrenaline rush. This is also an extremely progressive action film. And what do I mean by progressive? Well, Kenzari and Luca Marinelli's characters are in a relationship together. I don't think I've ever seen a gay couple in an action movie before. And I really liked how it was handled. It just presents their relationship as a minor factoid. Yeah, they're gay, and it's not seen to be a big deal, and it isn't. And I appreciated that. As a gay man, I really love seeing two gay men fighting bad guys on screen because all the action movies I grew up watching said you had to be a straight man to kick bad guys' asses in movies. As for negatives, apart from the weak characterization of the antagonists, I wasn't a fan of the frequent use of the moody pop songs throughout the film. There's like 4 or 5 occasions where the background music is some random chilled, housey, Lana Del Rey type tune. I mean, it's great if you're a depressed teenage girl, but it's probably gonna age this film terribly in 10 or 20 years time. And this is a real nitpick critique if ever there was one, but there's one scene towards the end of the film which had me rolling my eyes because it's set on the busy street of London. Except it's not busy. No word of a lie, there's not a single soul to be seen on this street. That is until the action is over and the characters exit, then all of a sudden, like 150 extras all swarm onto the street at the exact same time. It's like it turned 5 p.m. in that exact second and the entirety of London all started commuting home all at once. And it's just stupid because that's not how street traffic works. And I would know, I'm a London boy, and I know it's a nitpick, it just weirdly bothers me. But in the end, guys, I did enjoy The Old Guard. The immortal characters were likeable and layered. The film left us in a place where I genuinely wanted to see where the characters would go next. I would definitely watch a sequel. The action is well done, the tone is consistent. When your characters can't die, it usually takes away any sense of stakes, but I like that they found a way to give the audience that feeling of stakes in the last third of the film. I wouldn't say it's anything revolutionary, but I did appreciate that there were gay characters in an action movie. That's new. But overall, it is a well-made action film. So let's ask those 3 questions. Firstly, would I watch this again? Sure. Question number 2, do I recommend it for you guys? Yes, if you're looking for an enjoyable and disposable action movie with good performances and an interesting premise, then yeah, I would say give this one a watch. I can't tell you if it's loyal to the graphic novels, but as a movie, it is watchable, and it's on Netflix. So check it out. And question number 3, what score do I give it out of 10? Like I said before, it's watchable, but nothing to write home about. It's a good action movie, just not a great one. So I'm gonna give it a 6.5 out of 10. But as always, guys, this is just one bloke's opinion. I want to hear from you guys, particularly those of you that have read the graphic novels. What did you think of this movie? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? Is it loyal to the graphic novels? Whatever you have to say about this movie, be sure to let your voice be heard in that comment section down below. If you guys like this video, please hit the like button. If you want to follow me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, etc., it's all in the video description down below. And for more movie and TV content just like this, don't forget to click subscribe. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. For more things related to movies, TV, and popcorn culture, I'm Luke Airfield, and I'll see you next time.